as Mirko had said, just very, very aggressive, wanting to push tempo, but Sano wanting to take his time, get to that late game. They're getting their last couple of picks here. How do you feel this has set that storyline up between two different styles in the gold lane?
I feel like having a weak side Claude here for Nako is going to be amazing, especially because it really does feel like they're going to be playing a lot of 4-1, maybe a 1-3-1, but I'm really feeling like a 4-1 formation here for Vamos, letting Nako absorb maybe two sides or two minions in the gold as well as the mid, and now a Bruno for Team Falcons Mena. I gotta say, for Vamos, I'm liking the idea here, and Falcons Mena, it looks like a very easy to execute draft.
Yep. For Vamos, I think it's also pretty easy, right? It comes down to who executes better right now. If Vamos can play the strong side of the map, play around those neutral objectives, win out the skirmishes early on, and it's going to be great. But Falcons Mena, I feel like they have more ways right now.
It took us weeks, if not months, for everyone to make their way here to the Mid-Season Cup in Paris. And we're going to find out the next champion for MSC here at EWC 2026. It's going to be nice to Gideon to bring you the action to start off our group stage. Gideon, we have to talk about the Eudora.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. This is really interesting to see because most of the time, most people wouldn't even consider Eudora to be part of this particular meta, and Clawquinn has already missed a couple of minions, which is already pretty bad look for the start. But the laning phase is by far the hardest part for the Eudora.
The Eudora, it went through an interesting change, man. I mean, when it was its older self, you know, she kind of had a one kind of trick, like, here's my ultimate, here's a bunch of damage. But now I know LaFell mentioned it. You know, you can actually do quite a bit of damage just with her first skill even.
Yes, yes. That Fork Lightning is now interesting. Now that they've kind of revamped the way that her passive works, especially with the Superconductor. Now, if you look over Troll, right, he's got that little indicator, and that's because that's the Superconductor stack. If he's able to hit with another ability, you can empower it to do some things. Now, Fork Lightning is particularly interesting because now you can start getting some movement speed on top of extra DPS. So you start kiting around these people if you can apply it more effectively.
Yeah, one thing too is we got a chance to go ahead and call the games during the wild card. You know, we got to see Falcons Mena make their way through that gauntlet that it was. Again, even those best of ones were pretty brutal. We know that they developed over those weeks, you know, or that week, those days that they had to play. We heard that they didn't even have much practice, you know, but they managed for the first time to get to the points in the group stage here for MSC after all that they've been through. And again, this is a team that we talked about that has this kind of innate synergy between each other, right? They've played together so much on the international stages.
Is it going to happen? Arrow 4-4 is waiting for 30 full seconds until level 4 has been hit. Straight away with a combination, but it's going to get disengaged instantly. Landshaker will buy a little bit of time, allowing Arrow 4-4 to get on out of there, but the final slash will put Sabat in a compromised position with no flicker. First blood, achieve fatal links as well to combo in, and the power of friendship nets them 4 kills in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Hey man, forget the turtle. Let's just go get some bodies, and they'll do just that. First turtle's going to be theirs as well for Falcons Mena. What a start. Let's take a look at the replay here, brought to us by STC. I mean, again, man, this was a setup waiting to happen. A flicker, a stolen fatal links for Cuffin was the setup.
Yeah, great eyes on Cuffin, actually, because he saw the angles. Like, maybe I can actually get a little bit more. They could have been happy with just 1 kill, but they decided we're going to go above and beyond. And now, unfortunately, that wasted 30-second angle that Arrow 4-4 was sitting up on that top side forward to try and unlock Sabat has now failed, and now has put him significantly behind, because if you look at Boyad, he's already level 6 to Arrow 4-4's level 4.
Yeah, this is one of the things, again, where, you know, if you're able to go ahead and get these early starts into this game, the current meta that we're seeing, snowball potential can be quite insane, and you're talking about a 2,000+ gold lead already at this point, nearing that 4-minute mark. You're setting yourself up successfully here for Falcons Mena. And across the board, too, Troll, again, one of the, I would say he's a prominent choke player. This is probably his best, or one of his best picks that he brings to the table. It's what he kind of made a name for himself in their first international experiences. And, you know, now that you have this lead, you can take that chance. Try to set things up. Oh, Troll.
Speaking of setting things up, they already have the Wombo combo of a lifetime, but Troll, they don't have enough base damage to kill him just yet. Luckily, he is rocking the tank emblems, able to keep him alive for the time being. But for now, it just goes to show they're just getting stat checked early on in the game.
Stat check for now. Here's another.
Oh, now once again, getting the superconductor off, but Boyette, well-timed heavy spin. Now, this is the big issue that I'm seeing, right? Because Vamos, they've got a lot of wombo combo tech. If Falcons, Mina, are in the right place at the right time, that heavy spin kind of counters everything. Same can be said about the final slash at the end, but the fact that everybody has flickers, it really goes to show, yo, we are here to fight, we are here to combo, and that's it.
The heavy spin's so good, man. And that's why the Akai, over the course of the past weeks, if not months up to this point, he's been taking a value in terms of hits. Whoa, Troll, I was waiting for it.
Already had the way of the dragon, but Sapat manages to get on. Do we see the punish? And yes, it is good. It pulls one more over the wall. Almost unintentionally, but they already saw everything. This is one back, a double kill for Vamos to pull him back into a better position.
Hey man, Vamos brings himself back into this game. They should be able to go ahead and take this turtle as well, so they'll even out the objective. Turtle takes really good counter punch. Again, this was Troll starting that fight up, but Vamos saw it coming and they responded exactly how they needed to. Now after the turtle, they'll rotate down to the bot here. They want to put some pressure on Sano if they can.
Very, very nice. I like the way that Vamos is taking advantage of this, right? Initially, the game plan is if he just gets Sapat a slight lead in the lane, that lane should be basically done for, and then we can go straight back into team fighting and play for our strong side like Miracle mentioned earlier.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Oh, wait, the dragon. Onto Z-Cape's side?
I don't know if that's who you want to kick, you know? I mean,
yeah.
Here's what... You're just saying hi. Here, I'm going to kick you in the air. You know, I know you're an Atlas, but he might have wanted that here. Oh, on the turret?
I don't know. He probably would have wanted the way of the dragon. It'd be nice if he had it, but Nako still has Purify, so it doesn't really matter. Very surprising to see that despite Nako not exactly having the greatest of matchups into this Bruno, that he usually, Bruno usually is the one who takes down the first turret. This time, it's Natko.
And Natko's up 700-ish gold, almost to the 700 point, right? This is, yeah, again, one of those cases where you see a lot of gold laners, they just kind of sit in their lane, they do their thing, they get farmed up. I call it the gold lane experience. And for a Claude especially, you want to hit that power spike, right? Those 3 items. Bruno hits it a little bit faster because of just the nature of the hero. But, you know, right now, both gold laners are set off in a really good momentum in their own. This is Z-Keep actually looking for a potential pick, but it's not going to happen. Now Natko can just go ahead and switch over sides and continue to farm up.
I think what you meant was actually Claude's the one who gets it faster. His items are significantly cheaper compared to like Berserker's Furies and Haas Claws, right, coming in from Sano. So the fact that we're seeing Natko already doing so well, oh boy, this is dangerous. Final Slash coming through and Z-Keep getting Wombo combo to the ground. But let's see whether Falcons can reach for a little bit more. They decide not to after using 4 ult and they back away.
Okay, so no flicker burn. It looks like Falcons Mena. Do they still want to put some pressure here, Troll?
They're trying to call it. I think that at least for Troll's ult, it shouldn't be anywhere close. I'm not 100% sure. This Cuffin definitely can steal an ult.
A little look there at Boyette. Here we go. Turtle, 3rd one of the game. Last one here. Fighting for space.
Already, spatial migration is good. Now into the Blazing Dew. And Nako somehow is the one who actually takes away this turtle. And now they're on to Boyette. A double kill for Nako so far, and they're not done. Do they have the Fatal Links to actually pull? They've delayed enough time, and Sanji, unfortunately, cannot outplay into 4 members.
Okay, the firepower seems to be there for Vamos. They get the turtle. They're looking for more fights, potentially here.
Ooh, and now underneath the turret, stolen Fatal Links on towards Nako, but it doesn't matter. He has Purify, gets out of there quick, and now, in fast succession, from that bot tier 1, they've taken away the purple buff. They've taken away the mid turret on top of defending their own jungle.
Vamos is taking a whole lot, man. I mean, think about it. Just minutes ago, you have that 2,000 gold lead for Falcons Mena, and it's changed so quickly. You know, the pendulum has now swung over to Vamos. They're knocking down tier 1 turrets now, taking what they can to set themselves up for that first Lord here in about a minute. Looking at the items coming into place. Again, look at the lead between the gold lane.
Yeah, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe 1 recall is what I spotted out in the laning phase, but then after that, not 100% sure how badly it went for him. But it's great for Nako. Like, this is the gold lane experience that every gold laner prays for. Let's look at the gold distribution for a deeper look. Oh, wait, hold on. Immediately, we find a pick off the Sapat side. The Fatal Links eye catches onto 3. Heavy spin from Boyette. It's good. They're thinking about it. The combos are just too much. Sanji able to find it into 1 more. They need to get the last 2, but Clockwind and Echo have lost their front line. Beautiful train.
What happened to Vamos's positioning on the map, man. I mean, again, we were just kind of talking about how they had this lead. Let's take a look at the replay here. Once again, they just catch out Sapat. The rest of the team gets, oh, they got heavy spun on, man. That's what happened.
Big heavy spin, no way to kind of buffer the spatial migration, and worse yet, it was literally at the edge of the mid lane wall. So a little unlucky, I think. Vamos, no sweat to break, but it kind of evens out the gold.
Yeah, that's essentially brought it to an even game for this first Lord now, as both teams fought for position. If you want to look at the upper hand for Vamos, it's they've got a couple extra turrets down, right? So they got a little bit more space to work with on the map. But Lord, and the fact that you also have an Akai in the hands of Boyet, and you have this kind of tanky front line to deal with this, you could potentially set things up off of your own initiation, depending on what Cuffin decides to do with the Fatal Links. He's got his own, so they're going to take their time with this.
Oh, look at this. Even Cuffin, Troll is looking for a flank angle. He's sitting around the purple buff, and the rest of the Falcons are actually dancing around this Lord. They don't actually want to take it. They just want to open it up. Fatal Links into one so far, right into the spatial migration. It's great, but that's already 2 fat ults already gone. And I'm not sure whether Era 404 is going to get it back up in time if Falcons do decide to rush this.
Yeah, it looks like they want to. It's half health on this Lord. Troll still trying to zone out here.
Oh, the way the Dragon already good. Fatal. Oh, wait, Air 4 gets pushed out of it, but he's still, with the spatial migration, gets the Lord in time. Sano in the backline gets caught by Natco, and by then, this fight is already over. They chase the last remaining members, and even with a Lightning Truncheon, it might just not be good enough. Cuffin, no more ways to dash. Zeke kills him, and now the score is 9-8.
Wow, what a fight from Vamos. Not only were the Lords secured by Arrow 404, but you got to give it to Sabat, man. He zoned out the proper members from Team Falcons. Natco followed through after that. You're going to look at the replay here. Keep an eye on this setup. Again, Lord is secured even amidst all of this, but then where Sabat goes, he even burns the flicker, zones out Sano. So much of your damage profile is gone there. Natco was sticking to him, and that's how he's capitalizing on the kills.
What I'm most surprised of the fact that they were able to steal the Lord. Like, everything that could have gone right for Falcons was already in the mix of this piece of bread that they were trying to bake, but unfortunately overcooked. And now Natco getting attacked by the epic spin. Luckily, the Winds of Nature keeps him alive long enough where the Dragon's going to kick him down, but the rest of the team can't seem to finish it off. Sanji gets him at the very end. Now Clockman finds the trade. Subpot gets them back, and with the damage dealers gone, this allows Vamos a free in on the attack. With stolen Fatal Links onto 3, but Cuffin can only do so much before he dies. Subpot takes him out, and it's over. Sano takes out 1, and this might be it. Sano finally is skilled just enough with no ults and nothing left. That should be it for Vamos.
Ooh, did it cost them though, Gideon? I mean, they lost that base turret. It's a good thing. Oh, are they going to chase down Air 404?
They can punish this. Yup, into the Violent Requiem. Sano forgot the alt timers.
All right. It was going so well until it wasn't, man. I mean, Sano had the space to work with. Like you mentioned, he hit that power spike where he's actually being able to do some damage. Again, he was, what, 2,000-3,000 gold behind Natco, and, you know, that's really what they had to lean on. So, yeah, he's still quite behind, but he's starting to at least do some damage. The problem is in that fight, you know, Vamos lost Natco, but they have enough damage to actually pull through the fight, enough kind of durability to still duke it out, and that's also partly due to the lead that they have. Oh,
Fatal Links onto 1 so far. They haven't forced this. Sanji is able to get a really good final slash, but doesn't get that backline. Sanji has no way to reset. Tries to get out of the fight, but it's too late. Lapu's in the wakes, and now the heavy spin, unfortunately, can't do much about the scenario. What a catch here, and a lot of battle spells just gone.
Yep, that was the mark. Troll found the mark. Purify wasn't available because it was used in the last team fight that they had trying to defend the base, so they knew right to go for Natco. They took him out. Essentially, what does that do? It buys more time for Falcons Mena to kind of get back into this game. They've whittled down a gold lead a little bit, but essentially it's, if they can find a pickoff, sometimes it might even be popping that Purify, you know? And that might be the case. If you can get these battle spells down, then your game plan for Team Falcons can be executed faster or better. And that's what Troll has been trying to do here. Now this Lord is up. Second one of the game. Troll's going to zone out Clockun.
They've already used spatial migration at this point. How are they going to close the distance? The backline needs to get zoned out. Sapat jumps in with the bravest fighter, but they're immediately focusing their energy onto Sanji. 50-50 here. Who's going to get it? Sapat flickers forward onto Sano. Blazing Duet as well. Right onto Cuffin. Stolen Fatal Links pulls him away, but that Lord falls into the hands of Clockun as they clean clean up the rest of Falcons, who have to run back and defend the base.
Oh man, again, Team Falcons, it looked like they didn't know exactly how to execute the team fight there. And, you know, if Sano is just zoned out the whole time by Sabat, what are you going to be able to do there with your damage? But right now, base turret in the mid will go down.
Oh, now trying to make this play. Clock even flickering forward. They're trying to make the wobble combo. Cuffin goes down, and now nobody can clear the wave in time. Sanji, he has an opportunity. He's back up with Troll. They're looking to clear these minions as soon as possible. He's thinking about it, but he needs the help. Final Slash comes on through, but how long can you sustain before it all turns black? Vamos closes out the game 18 to 11.